Hello and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. In today's episode, we are diving into a story that has sparked outrage and embarrassment on the national scale. Nigeria's empty booths at the Tokyo International Conference on African Development, also known as TICAD9. This story first broke when a video surfaced showing the Nigerian booths completely deserted on the first day of the conference, while other countries were actively engaging with investors and showcasing their potentials. This incident has drawn sharp criticism from prominent figures and citizens alike, raising serious questions about Nigeria's preparedness and commitment to attracting foreign investment. Now, let's take a look at how the Arise News team covered this unfolding drama. Sit back and take a watch.
So we start what's trending today with the Nigerian booth at TICAD, the Tokyo International Conference on African Development, now officially open for business on the second day of the conference. So here the booth is, just hours ago, looking busy. You have some officials taking inquiries from investors. It's a totally different look from yesterday when there were countless questions, reactions, and different takes about why the Nigerian booth on the very first day of the conference was completely empty when every other country's was up and running. So let's play a quick clip from yesterday.
I've been going around, right? So Senegal, Sierra Leone, Republic. You can see all the booths are, you can see Sierra Leone. And then you come to Equatorial Guinea. And then you come to the giant of Africa. And there's zero people there, zero. Not one, no, zero. But all the people that left Nigeria on your planes, not a single person is manning stand of the biggest country on the continent. Every other country is represented and how people manage their stand. Then you come to our own Nigerian stuff and there's nobody.
So this whole conversation started with Idris Ayodeji Bello. He's a Nigerian social entrepreneur who wrote on X, "I hate to show negative things about Nigeria, but it's sad that Nigeria is the only unmanned booth in Japan. Only God knows how many Japanese folks have asked me about the booth, seeing my dressing. So ashamed, I have now designated myself as honorary consul and taken over to engage visitors." So yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs pushed back against all of this, saying that the booth would open today, which it has. But this whole booth matter has been trending online a lot, and some people are saying they're not surprised our booth wasn't ready on time, that it's a cultural problem. Rufai, I'll start with you because I know you like to say culture will eat strategy for breakfast.
That's me.
What's going on with our booth in Tokyo?
Nigeria happened to the booth in Tokyo. Pure and simple. At first, I'm not a fan of conferences like this because the same old talk shop and tokenism happens in the end. But the painful part is when you are given a booth and you are not there, and you claim that, the booth was supposed to be inaugurated the next day. And when you look at it, there were other people manning their booth, and Nigeria's booth was empty, while others were manning their booth and were interacting. It speaks volumes. I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "What you do speaks so loud I can't hear what you say." And that's what's happening here. So the young man pointed it out, but true to type, the ministry, what did they do? They reacted by saying, it's one day after. Why were they not there on day one? In fact, the funny part was the presidency. I struggle to find logic in the thought process of the message released by the presidency as regards this. Because logic means responding to the a priori. What's the a priori here? Nobody manned the booth. The presidency released a message and said, no, we are laser focused on interaction. Our minister XYZ is talking here and there and everything. And they had a merry-go-round. I'm like, where is the a priori? The logic, the a priori was the fact that nobody was manning the booth. Respond to nobody manning the booth. Say no. Laser focus on striking other deals and a merry-go-round with that. So where is the logic? And it reflects the Nigerian thing. Even when they finally man the booth, what's the quality of products they put on the booths? I mean, we've seen Nigeria go to conferences where they man the booths. And what are they showcasing as Nigeria gift on the, what's it for, Nigeria's proposition to the world, Kilishi.
And I'm okay.
No.
As you just saw, the initial reaction from the Arise news team was one of both shock and disappointment. Rufai Oseni, known for his candid commentary, immediately framed this issue as a reflection of a deeper cultural problem within Nigeria. He passionately argued that this wasn't just a simple oversight, but a symptom of a larger issue of incompetence and the lack of seriousness on the part of the government. Oseni's point that culture will eat strategy for breakfast highlights his belief that no matter how well-intentioned the government's plans are, a culture of mediocrity and disorganization will always undermine them. Dr. Abati, on the other hand, took a more critical approach. While he shared Oseni's frustration, he focused on the logistical and diplomatic failure that led to this embarrassing situation. He questions the lack of coordination and accountability, emphasizing that such a blunder at high-level international events sent a terrible message to potential investors. Dr. Abati's perspective underscores the practical consequences of this failure, pointing out that it's not just about national pride, but about tangible economic opportunities that were missed. Now, let's watch the second part of the clip and see how the conversation evolved. Watch this.
There was one put like that.
What do you want them to play?
Where we are thinking of, okay, Nigeria's inventiveness and everything, kill the shit. So, you see, we go for a lot of this coverage, we see a lot. And it's not a laughing matter, but this has always been Nigeria all this while. When you paint it out, the government officials will react. The question is, I'm not saying, no, don't showcase Kilishi or anything. But the question is, are there other things that we can do that is high-value products? Are there many other things we can do? Can we even just get it right for a bit? Can we even just have a reason to smile? Yes, there are people in the diaspora that make us smile every day. Can our government just make us roar for joy and say, yes, I'm so proud to be Nigerian. I'm proud to be Nigerian irrespective of the government. But they have a way of letting us down. If it's not attending to boot on time, it's packing almost the whole 9 yards and almost everybody and everybody's in-law to COP, to go to Dubai back in the days. So there's always something wrong in the value chain.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Now, the main purpose that we're told that President Tinubu is in the TICAD9 was to attract investors, to sell Nigeria as the biggest market in Africa with a lot of opportunities, as he said in his speech. And yet, the same country did not have a stand at the trade expo. There is a contradiction there. And this speaks to the point I've been making about the fact that we go to these conferences, we're not prepared. Even if it's a trade expo, other African countries had activity in their booths from day one of the conference. It's about trade, about partnership. Nigeria is now giving excuses that, oh, we didn't go there for trade expo. So what did you go there to do? This is about trade and investment. So the argument, the explanation offered by Mr. Bayo Ononuga is an afterthought, just trying to cover up the lack of preparedness of the Nigerian delegation. The second point is that this also speaks to the problem we have with our various missions. You remember that since the ambassadors were recalled from all over the world, some of even those missions, they were streamlined. In every Nigerian embassy, and we have a Nigerian mission in Japan, in Toronono Street in Tokyo, is the trade department in that mission, is it still working? Because every embassy will have a trade representative. This is not something they had to organize from Nigeria. The trade mission in Japan could easily have manned that stand. And it's not about taking products there. You could just have information sheets about Nigeria. You could have a laptop there, or a computer, some audio-visual thing that can show aspects of Nigeria, and you can use that also to, promote the country. But the explanation we have been given is that, the president will hold bilateral meetings, this person will hold a meeting with that person. okay, is it not better to just have that booth where you send Nigeria visually and through audio?
Yeah.
So this is what we say about our team, always going to these conferences totally unprepared. But they will not forget to go for shopping. And if we raise the question, is shopping part of the agenda? Nobody will be able to answer us.
Right.
They will not forget to do tourism on the side, and they will not forget to collect their Esther coats. Nobody will forget that.
Nobody forgets
They are
that.
better prepared for that.
Esther
So
coats.
I find it very embarrassing that the largest market in Africa at a major trade and investment summit, when they are unprepared.
Absolutely.
In the second part of the discussion, the focus shifted to the political fallout, with reactions from key opposition figures like Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. Peter Obi, in his statements, drew a powerful parallel between the empty booth and what he described as empty promises of the current administration. He argued that the deserted booth is a perfect metaphor for the government's failure to deliver on its commitments on the Nigerian people. By linking the incident to the broader theme of unfulfilled promises, Obi turned a specific diplomatic gaffe into a powerful critique of the government's overall performance. Atiku echoed a similar sentiment, using the incident to mock the government's renewed hope agenda. His sarcastic comment about waiting for an official inauguration of good governance was a direct jab at what he sees as the administration's inaction and empty rhetoric. Atiku's reaction was designed to be politically damaging, framing the empty booth as yet another example of a government that is all talk and no action. Both Obi and Atiku skillfully used this incident to reinforce their political narrative, portraying the government as incompetent and out of touch with the need of the country. Now, for my take on this, the incident at the TICAD9 is more than just a momentary embarrassment. It is a stark reminder of the systematic issue that continues to plague Nigeria's public sector. The government's official explanation that they were focusing on strategic engagement rather than a traditional booth setup frankly doesn't hold water. It comes across as a hastily concocted excuse to cover up a glaring lack of preparation. At an event specifically designed to attract investment, having a visible and engaging presence is paramount. The empty booth not only made Nigeria look disorganized, but also signaled a lack of seriousness to potential partners. In a competitive global market, you simply cannot afford to be absent. This incident also highlights a significant disconnect between government's rhetoric and its action. While officials are quick to talk about attracting foreign investment, the execution on the ground is often found wanting. This is not just about one empty booth. It's about a pattern of missed opportunities and a failure to project a professional and competent image on the world stage. The reaction from figures like Rufai, Peter Obi, and Atiku Abubakar resonate because they tap into a widespread public frustration with the government's performance. Whether you agree with their political views or not, their criticism points to a fundamental truth. Nigeria needs to do better. This isn't about pointing fingers for the sake of it. It's about demanding a higher standard of governance and accountability. In conclusion, the empty booth at TICAD9 is a wake-up call. It's a clear signal that Nigeria needs to get its house in order. If it wants to be taken seriously as a major player on the global stage, it's not enough to have potential. That potential needs to be showcased with professionalism, diligence, and a genuine commitment to excellence. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think the government's explanation is credible? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more trending gist. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.